Hi everyone, I thought today I would speak about the housing crisis, and my goodness what a crisis. This government has got themselves in a real muddle over lack of housing in the UK. It's not entirely their fault, but they are in charge of it. So this is where we are. They set up Homes England, and I borrowed 20 million off Homes England fairly recently. I've paid it back now, you'll be all glad to know. Thank you, because it's taxpayers' money. To help build 300,000 houses a year in the UK. So they've invested over £11.5 billion in building new homes, not just for lending it to developers like me and you, but also for housing associations and the like. £11.5 billion. What's the result of that? Not a lot. This year, only 150,000 houses, they think, are going to be built. That's just been announced. Last year, it was 230,000. Their target is 300,000, which they've now got rid of because they know they'll never reach it. They need to build 500,000 houses a year in the UK. Now, why have they not reached that target this year? Of 300 or even 250 or even 200,000, mainly because the market, they've taken away the Help to Buy scheme, interest rates have gone up, and the top 10 house builders that build 63% of the houses in the UK are building a hell of a lot less. Persimmon Homes, for instance, are now going to build 9,000 houses this year. They last year built 15,000, so you can see the problem. And it doesn't matter what this government does. It can bully the housing industry, it can threaten them, it can do whatever they like. But I tell you what, it's market conditions that control the housing market. And the top 10 house builders, Michael Gove, our Levelling Up Secretary and Housing Secretary, says accuses the property industry of a cartel. Apparently it's a cartel with the top 10 house builders all sticking together and so on. I don't believe that. I believe it's market forces, and at the end of the day, if interest rates double, people can't afford to move, they can't afford to buy, and you take away the Help to Buy scheme, which has helped 600,000 people get on the housing ladder, what do you honestly expect? On top of that, you've got a planning system that basically is devoid of any sense. If you're a local MP and you want to get re-elected, are you going to support a massive housing development on the edge of your town that affects so many people, and so many people are against it? No, you're not, because you need the votes to get back in. This is the problem. The government needs to take control, take it out of the hands of the local authority and give it to the county councils, or even centrally, to decide what gets planning and what does not. That is the only way you're going to increase the number of houses being built in this country, in my view. You've also got brownfield sites. These are sites that have had properties on them before. It might be commercial. The reason not enough of these sites are being built on is because contamination, ground conditions. The government needs to put grants available to clean these sites up so they're affordable to property developers, investors and builders to build on them. Until they do that, they'll never get anywhere near the targets. And by the way, if you built on every available brownfield site in the UK, you would hardly need to build on any greenfield sites. That's got to be good for everyone, surely. Now, there is a bit of good news on the horizon, I think, because Rishi Sunak the other week spoke about bringing back a form of Help to Buy. So that's really good news. And I'm sure that the top 10 house builders in the country have been lobbying the government and lobbying him and forcing them, if possible, to bring this back, because that will increase the amount of new homes that are built. You've also got the Skipton Building Society, and other building societies I think will follow, because once one building society says they'll lend 100% mortgages again, the rest will follow. Normally it's what happens. It's a competitive market. They need to lend money, like every bridging company and every bank that you deal with. Remember, they need to lend the money. They don't lend the money, it's costing them money to sit there. So they need to lend money, and obviously the Skipton have realised that if they bring back 100% mortgages, they'll lend more money. So why wouldn't they? So there's two good things that are happening at the moment. Obviously, also the first-time buyers are up 4%, which is amazing because the rent is so high. But maybe having very high rents is forcing people to look at buying. And if they can get a 100% mortgage, they're far more likely to buy than they are rent. So let's see what happens in the next few months. But it is a crisis.